We begin this hour with Beryl's path in Texas. At least one person has been killed since it made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane this morning. It has since been downgraded to a tropical storm, but it is still packing 80-mile-an-hour max winds and prompting storm surge and flash flood warnings. Earlier today, Houston's mayor gave an update on the conditions there.
One of our major concerns is always energy, electricity. We have over 2 million in our region without power, over 700,000 Houstonians. What I want to emphasize in this briefing is, please, Houstonians, anyone that can hear my voice, shelter in place. Shelter in place. We're in an emergency.
Let's bring in CBS News Texas reporter Jason Allen in Palacios. Jason, Beryl has been downgraded, but it is still capable of causing a great deal of destruction. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And good afternoon. We're in Palacios, Texas. So we have traveled this morning through this area where you are seeing, this is where the eye actually passed over. And so we're seeing a lot of things like this. These are huge old trees, right, that were knocked down in the storm overnight. And we're seeing this in properties all over the place right now, actually, on the drive. Here's another one over here. And from time to time as well, can we go back out here toward the roadway with us, Kenny? The power lines are up here along this Highway 35, but at various times, as we've been making this drive, they've been knocked over. Thankfully, in this area, a lot of them have been knocked to the south into the field. It just kind of gives you an indication of the way that the winds rotated as it came through here. But in other places, we know up the road, a lot of times that wind direction can change. And so we had power lines that were knocked over the other side. The good news is, and you can see it even on small homes like this one back here, there isn't a lot of structural damage. We have seen roof damage. We have seen a lot of shingles torn off. We have seen siding that has come off of homes, but nothing major as far as structural damage. We also haven't seen signs of that significant flooding that they thought might occur, that 4 to 7 feet of storm surge. There was surge in this area, and there was some flooding, but thankfully it doesn't appear like it got to 7 feet. But as you've heard officials say, because of trees down, because of power lines down, because of flooding that still exists in some roadways, that's why they want people to stay where they are. Now wait until the storm is well out of the area and all those floodwaters have had time to drain before people get back out on the roads.
All right, Jason Allen, thank you so much. You and your crew stay safe. Janet Shamlian is following the storm for us from Sugar Land, Texas, near Houston. Janet, I see the wind whipping the hood off of you. We got on and off rain there. I saw right before your photographer wiped the lens there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like this since 4 o'clock this morning, Lindsay. Good to be with you from Sugar Land. We're about 20 miles southwest of Houston. And while I would say the heaviest part of the storm has passed us by, we're still feeling the impacts here. There is no power here. Everyone I know in the Houston metro area is out of power right now. And as you mentioned, that is like some 2 million people across Texas. That is going to be a days-long event. We are getting reports of flooding from Galveston up to north of the city in the Woodlands. Of course, flights have been disrupted. Thousands of flights between Hobby Airport, Bush Airport, and even the San Antonio Airport. So while it looks marginally better than perhaps a couple of hours ago, I mean, this is a continuing issue for Houston. They're asking people not to get on the roads. I can tell you that people are on the roads because we just saw a rescue in Houston that was televised. A man drove into high water on a freeway. It took a fire department a period of 20 minutes to even get there and then had to put themselves at risk to get this man off from the top of his car. So the winds are still with us. The rain is diminishing. It's been downgraded, but that's no indication that what we're dealing with here in Southeast Texas is in any way, shape, or form over, Lindsay.
When we think about the power outages, I mean, what does that put people, businesses there? How does that put them out, and how concerning is that right now?
So generally, we think about power outages as a minor inconvenience, but let me tell you about a situation at our hotel this morning. A woman needed oxygen, and while there was, and that had to be powered, an elderly woman, she was staying here with her daughter. When the power went out, I would say 5:30 Central Time, there was only enough power to light up the stairwells and a little bit of the first floor, the lobby area. She came to us because we had a generator, and it was a life or death situation for her mother, and eventually paramedics came and took her to the hospital. So when you think about power outages, well, you know, are things in my refrigerator going to spoil? The other side of it is these life and death scenarios that we witnessed here today.
Okay, Janet Shanlian, thank you so much for you and your crew for being on the ground for us.